Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Konversation with me, Rick.
Me, Naeem.
And this wonderful man here who took us a while to get here, but he's finally here, folks. This is Grandmaster Ron Liu.
He's busy though. I mean, he's going to be in Germany.
Germany next
We're
week.
going to be in Germany.
And he didn't even invite.
No.
Yeah.
But we have a whole thing going on.
Yeah, we have
okay.
some going on. We're going to be busy anyways. So, how are you, sir?
Very good. Thank you for the invite.
So
Really
I want to tell you something.
Thank you for being here.
You know, because you hinted that we needed to get a book, we went and bought the book.
No.
We're going to bill it to you, though.
I'll sign it and it'd be devalue. Yeah, it would be cheap.
So now we're losing.
We overpaid. You lost money. You overpaid.
Well, I completely forgot about the book. So I'm
Oh.
You didn't get your book.
Oh,
That
excellent.
wasn't a joke.
Excellent.
So
It was in our budget.
we don't have a budget.
I'd be glad to sign it.
But yeah, no, we would love.
You can sign it to Rico,
Oh wow.
even though it's his book.
Oh, really?
But sign it.
Conversation.
Oh, great.
All right, sign it to Collie Conversation.
Yeah. come
Great.
on.
Thank you.
Yeah. But it's
Folks, if you want to get this book, Naeem, where can they get it
on
from?
Amazon.
Amazon.com.
Yeah.
Amazon.com.
Yeah, they have the hardcover and the paperback. I couldn't afford the
Yeah.
hardcover though.
Yeah. It's cheaper than paperback. Much cheaper.
Well, there goes.
There's refund too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even if it's damaged.
Unless I sign it, then there's no refund.
They don't want it.
No
So,
charges extra.
I read the beginning of that book, and it says you've been in martial arts 8 decades.
Yeah, I'm 80 years old. I started in the 60s, 1960s. I
And
started.
you can't include. Then that can't be 8 decades, sir.
You read that wrong. He said he's reaching his eighth decade.
Yeah, I'm reading.
Alive.
Yeah, alive. I'm 78.
78. Okay.
78. So yeah. So
You don't look a day over 78.
still know nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still know nothing.
Yeah, it took a long time to get there.
You figure
To
out.
find out you know nothing.
You know, every time we talk to a martial artist, your name will always pop up for some reason.
Oh man, I hope it's good stuff.
No, it's always negative, but I'm just saying it
Completely.
pops up
We-
every
yeah,
time.
every
They're
time.
just thrashing you.
We had to find out for ourselves. We do our own research. That's why.
And we suck at it.
I've been in Kung Fu.
Okay.
Started Kung Fu, Northern style and Southern style.
Oh wow.
And my Sifu, strangely enough, I met him at a Chinese restaurant. I swear to God.
That was a joke.
No. I used to work at junior high school at a Chinese restaurant. I was the dishwasher.
Okay.
And so in 60s, Kung Fu became very big.
Right.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee stuff, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, my friend Dennis Futamasi and I were in college, and then we said, well, first I met my cousin, Stephen Lum, and he's the one that said, I'm learning Kung Fu from San Francisco. I live in San Jose. He lived in San Francisco.
Right.
I said, what's Kung Fu? Is that Chinese dish? What
You're learning how to cook.
yeah, I said, what is that? He said, no, that's our heritage. He said, well, I don't know anything about it. I said, come to San Francisco, stay with me during summertime, and then we'll go visit some Kung Fu school. And one of the Kung Fu school was T.Y. Wong,
Oh, I know.
and he was met Bruce Lee through James Lee.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, those two were together,
yeah.
right?
Yes,
Well, James Lee was a student of Wong, and Bruce Lee would stay with James.
Yeah.
Right, correct.
So that's how I met James, and then Bruce Lee, became part of the story. Yeah. But anyway, getting back to about the Chinese restaurant. So my friend and I were looking for a Kung Fu master. Yeah. So see this guy. I used to work at that Chinese restaurant, and he was waiting table. And I said, Dennis, he knows Kung Fu. How do you know that? Watch him. Yeah. He's sitting at the table. Your teeth go. He said, he knows Kung Fu. So
Judge him by just because he knows how to set a
yeah,
table.
know how to set the table. So anyway, so he take our order, and then he said, we're looking for Kung Fu school. He said, San Francisco. I said, yeah, we know that. Too far, San Jose to San Francisco. He says, no, San Francisco. And said, you know Kung Fu? He said, no. We ate lunch, dinner for the next 3 months.
3 months.
3 months. Eat there. I said, are you sure you don't know Kung Fu?
No.
Yeah. So he finally admitted. He said, yeah, I know a little bit. Yeah. Come to find out, he was a master from China
Wow.
Yeah, actually he's moved to New York, and from New York was Fujao Pai. It's a tiger crane.
Yeah.
Yeah, tiger claw associate, Fujao Pai. So he was a master, but he moved to California, and he was working at the restaurant. So he said, yeah, I know a little bit. He said, can we learn from you? I said, you have a place? He said, yeah, we got a place. We got an empty place. So how much you charge? I said, $5.
$5.
$5 an hour? No, $5 a month. It's a month? So, and if you like it, you pay.
Right.
If you don't like it, don't pay. Yeah, that's how I got into Kung Fu.
It was cheap enough.
Yeah, so it just gravitated into that. So shorten up the story, so I learned Kung Fu, and then I got into meeting Grandmaster Kakoi Kenyete.
Oh.
Met him by accident because one of the friends of mine working at the FMC, we make military things. I was a program manager for that. And so he said, you got to meet this master. He said, who is he? He's from Cebu, Kakoi Kenyete, doing the eskrima. I said, what's the eskrima?
Another Chinese food.
Yeah.
Filipino food.
So met him. And
Right.
he told me, he said, yeah, I'm teaching here. I'm here 6 months out of the year. I said, when you come train with us? I have no idea what screamer. He said, you join. So that's how I met Kakoi Kenyete.
He just told you to join.
Yeah, I said, come on,
Just
join. So that's how I started learning that. And come to find out, he's really famous.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We,
100th death to Cañete,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Kakoi, he was the youngest of the brothers. Yeah.
Right.
So that's how I met that, and that's how I started with the eskrima, Kakoi Dosiparas. And how it began is that there were 6 of us. We always kind of play around with the kung fu stuff. We were hand guy, boxing, judo, aikido, qigong, tai chi, and all that stuff. We kind of 6 of us have different, background.
Huh.
So we kind of formed a group. I had a school at that time, and we just formed the school, and we consider ourselves like the the core guys of San Jose, and learned directly from Kakoi.
from San Jose, but we
San
played in
Jose.
San Francisco.
Yeah, San Jose, cheaper, San Jose.
Yeah.
So 18 years, 18 straight years we trained privately with him, just 6 of us, 6 months at a time. 6 months he's in San Jose.
Yeah.
6 months he go back to Cebu. That's where he lived. That's where his headquarters. So 18 years we learned privately.
Holy crap.
The secret part of us learning is that Ted Sotelo, bless his heart,
Yes.
he's the one Kakoi was, said to by one of the other students, Kakoi, what do you want to teach him? And he would tell juniors, teach him, basic steps, 1 through 12 count. And then Ted would look at juniors and say, he want to do what? So he want to teach you stepping 1 through 12, do the forms. No, I want to do that. Yeah. Said, he's a boxer. He's a fighter. He said, tell Kakoi Kenyete we want to spar. Wow. Okay. Kakoi, they want to learn how to spar. I said, okay. For 18 years.
man to
You guys, all you did was spar.
That's all we did.
Holy shit.
No forms, no techniques, spar. And then he sparred with us, each individual, and then we spar each other. So for 18 years, that's how we learned.
So you got your ass kicked for 18 years.
Yeah. Lost nails, bruise, cut and all that stuff, but
Wow.
that's how we
Well, I
learned.
hear he didn't take it easy on people.
No.
Anyways, he played for.
Oh, yeah.
Even to his last day. He's,
The way the reason why he liked us is one, in Cebu, he can't show his kind of secret stuff.
Right.
Too many eyes.
yeah.
In San Jose, small group, closed doors, 6 of us. Yeah. And then we would push him. Ted
Right.
said, Kakoi Kenyete get mad at me. He said, what do you mean get mad? He said, well, first 5 moves, I block him. Then what happens? He get mad. Then he hit me on the 6th one. So that's how we learn.
That's how you.
Yeah. So all of us would push him.
Yeah.
Because I have kung fu background.
Yeah.
So I have the yin yang soft hand. I would push him. Then he come out and he would laugh. He would say, something new. no one in the Philippines will push him
No.
out of respect.
Yeah, he was the guy.
Yeah, he's the guy. Yes, but we don't know any better.
Right. He's just this little Filipino
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
I'm gonna try to take him
yeah,
out.
yeah, we don't want to see what it do. Yeah, we do that, we get hit. Said, yeah, Koi, can you show us that again?
Again?
Yeah,
Slower?
I forgot. 'Cause
Yeah, because he's just so fluid.
Yeah.
He doesn't, yeah.
There's always something new, right? So
Wow.
that's how we learned for 18 years. And then when us 6 of us, we go back to Cebu, go back to headquarters, and then we'll spar with the other guys who are grandmasters, in this group, and then they look at us and said, "Where you learned that?" I said, "From Kokoi." I said, "We never seen that." I said, "Oh shit, we better keep our mouth shut." Yeah. But
Wait, did they ever ask you like, hey, can you guys do Form 1?
whenever we have seminars, at my school in Kokoi, set up as, from 10 to 4 o'clock. And first thing he warms up, with the 12 counts, 1 through 12, and do all the double stick and all that. We only learned 1 stick.
You're like,
Yeah,
shit.
2 stick. Yeah. And then then Kokoi would look at me and say, "Okay, teach him 4 count with the double stick." I said, "What's 4 count?" It goes like this. I said, "Kokoi, do that again." Do. I said, "Okay, go teach it." I said, "Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4." I said, "Okay." And then he sit down and we do 1, 2, 3. "Okay, you got that? Everybody do 1, 2, 3, 4 like Kokoi." 1, 2, 3, 4. So. And then after do that, I said, "Okay, do 5." He said, "What's 5?" I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He said, "Okay." We would have to teach that.
As you learned it that same day.
We learned at the same time. Yeah. And so we got smart.
Right.
Next time in seminar, we hide. we don't want to learn. No, we spar. So.
That's amazing to me
God.
that he was willing to go to just doing sparring. Was he always very willing to do whatever the people asked to do, or is that just with you guys? I mean,
With us.
just with you guys?
I think
It's amazing.
because we asked, and plus it was close situation that was at the school and no eyes.
But at the same time, he expected you to know the curriculum, but you did. You're like, I don't know this.
He
didn't care.
He didn't care. He want us to be the fighters. And I said, "Okay, I'm gonna teach you." Or he didn't even say he's gonna teach you. "All right, spar. They do it like this." He watches. No. And then each of us have a different characteristic.
Right.
I have the kung fu background, so he likes to feel how the yin and yang. And then you got Ted. He's a boxer.
Yeah.
Oh, he's strong. Yeah, he will tap you and da. He likes that. They like that. Oh, he's a grappler. So, oh, he likes that. Yeah. So each of us will provide another vehicle.
Right, for him to play with.
Yeah, to play with.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then he would counter that, and then we have to learn to counter.
Jeez.
So that's how we progress.
Dude, that's how he got even better than he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is the stories that most people probably don't even know them, because it's amazing that he went ahead and just, okay, since you guys, we're only going to do that, but let me learn something and then I'll teach you what I just learned.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
this is a question then. 'Cause, was he doing his corto back then?
Yeah. And at the time when we met him, that was 1991.
Oh, okay, because I wanted to
Yeah.
get a time frame, because you're like,
Yeah.
we started Kung Fu in the 60s, and then and I was like,
All of a
wait,
sudden, right?
Yeah.
hold on, how long did you do Kung Fu before you met Gakoi?
He created his escrito
Uh-huh.
in 1948, 47, but he made it public 1951. His escrito. That's the throwing art with the working with.
Yeah.
He created that, because he took judo, he took aikido, he did monkey kung fu,
Really?
and he did boxing. Yeah, and so he knew that background, so he started bringing it back in. So the interesting thing is that when he started bringing in the escrito, so I met him in 91, us group we formed about 1993. And in his later years, he passed away at age 96, but he was still practicing too, doing his Eskrima and Squeal stuff too.
Yeah, we saw the videos. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And-
crazy.
The interesting part is that his Eskrima changed as the later years. And so I remember, I think it was like 2004 or 2005, somewhere around there, I was watching do his Eskrima. Yeah. Junior would go back to with Kukoi back in 1984, and his Eskrima was really mean. I mean, he'll cut you right in half and throw you with the leg sweep, and you go flying. So he was mean with that. But in the later years, I watch him. It says, would take him home, and I said, Kukoi, you don't use hip or leg sweep. He said, nah, no need. He said, why? He said, I notice you don't move very much. Your leg hurt? You bad knee, bad hip? No. I found easier way. So what? I turned down the Coke bottle upside down. You turn the Coke bottle upside down? Yeah. Instead, I use hip, feet, sweep here. I use Coke bottle and I throw you from top down, not from bottom up. So he changed his whole Eskrima from top down.
Okay, you're gonna have to show me that later on in the demo because I want to see.
Do we throw him?
Oh yes, yeah,
Okay.
definitely. We have very thin mats, so it's called floor.
No. Is there concrete?
Yeah, we can play
yeah,
contact area.
Yeah, it's over there.
We can go outside.
But
Wait, that's how he
crazy.
explained it. He just said turn the Coke bottle because I mean,
In fact-
I don't know if people watching, but that genius explanation, like that simplicity of it all, really.
See, if you're top heavy, okay, and they throw you from top down, you have to go. It's almost like a tornado.
Yeah.
So your strength and you top heavy up here, body wise, I just push from here. So he's able to manipulate, plus his open hand type of thing. He's able to throw you from here. So he just kind of.
But as tiny and small as he was,
Yeah, he could
was-
throw the big guy. Yeah, and so it's much
crazy.
easier for him that way. So he said, "Do from here." Yeah, so but don't tell anybody. I said, okay, I won't tell you. So don't tell nobody. Tell nobody. Yeah. So
Did he ever write about this stuff? Did he ever put it on anywhere?
he was very, very instrumental and very creative. He wrote books of the 1 through 12 strikes, Eskrima, do Pakamat empty hand. He wrote several books, so he was very creative. He said, okay, if you want to learn my system, it's all there. The only thing you have to do is read between the lines. He said, well, yeah, it's one of those things, and that's how I wrote this book.
Right.
It's based on principle and concepts. So it's based on that if you could answer the how, what, where, when, and whys,
Right.
you figure out how to teach it. Also, you find out that how does he do that? So what do you mean the concept, timing? So okay, when do you do it?
Right.
Where do you do it? What do you do to get there? Yeah? And why do you do that? So if you could answer those things, you could take your entire system that you folks have now, which is fantastic,
Thank you.
and if you could answer each one of those, and said, okay, I do it this way, so why do you do it that way? So, can you do something else? So how about the timings? Okay, what kind of timing? Half timing, quarter timing, full timing, before, during, or after? What do you do?
Right.
And I said, if you can answer all those things, then it just opens up another level for you. Because you say, well, I've been doing this. Okay, can you change it? What? Ted Tesotelo was very, very good. He said in his own interview one time, he said, everybody knows how to hit, but what's the counter?
Right.
What is a counter to your hits? He said, oh, man, I got 1,000 hits. He said, okay, what's a counter to each one of those? Yeah, how do you count that? And if you counter that, what is counter to that counter? Yeah? So that's how you just kind of levitate and work with that.
It's interesting that you say that because when me and Naeem play and I'm showing the stuff, I don't ever just show him the thing, the strikes and whatever. I always say, okay, once he gets it done, so now go do it to me, right? And then I'll counter him.
Yeah.
It's like, fucker, you taught me, and then you just destroyed it.
In the
But
same
you have
class.
to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to understand that
and
if you're going to show something, you got to show how to destroy it.
And the thing is, what I always say is the secret to really levitate and gravitate to a higher level is you have to have a great training partner.
Yeah.
A training partner without any ego. That's where you got him.
Yeah, he's exactly that.
Well,
And-
the ego was beaten out of me, but yeah.
Hey,
I'm not gonna lie.
Is there some more left?
No, if there is, I'll get it.
Yeah,
We'll
but
find
egoless, pretty soon, egoless, yeah. But that's one of the secrets is that if you could get a good training partner, and the thing is that you have to bring it to the levels that, okay, you did this to me, I got a counter, it said, but because you did that, I could do this.
Right.
And then your master say, yeah, if you do that, I could do this. Yeah. So you got
He's
to
felt that a few times.
so
Because I don't stop trying.
Well, I've given him permission to just try to beat me up, and and hopefully it works, but it hasn't yet. So
yeah.
I think
Well,
I did pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing, you have to do it slow.
Yes, always.
Yeah, people always say, well, if you could do slow, you could do fast. Correct. That's correct. You could do slow and do fast. But the whole thing is that if you do slow, you allow the opening of other things that could occur because you did it slow.
Yes, you see the roses.
Yeah.
You see, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, so you can see the real opening type of things, and you do it slow enough. Yeah. But if you do it quick, said, okay, I only saw one technique I could do. But if you do it slow, I could see the openings, I could see the timing, and you can see that type of thing. So this goes escalate like this, and the whole thing that we kind of gravitate is that the one thing that I learned from Kakoi and from the other five guys too is that you have to know the weapon. You have to know what part of the weapon you use. You use the tip, use the 3/4, just your power, middle, got in front of the hand, fist, puño, butt, tip. You got 360 degrees, 361,
Right.
okay? 362.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
We
Yeah.
talk about that a lot in our system. It's funny that you say it.
Yeah, 'cause
that's why he's got this big grin on his face, because we do what we call a 360 degree, and we talk about it being a spear. So within that spear, all these little ticks, not just this way, but this way,
Yeah.
because it's a circle.
Yeah.
So it's more than 360.
Yeah,
it's
it's a
actually,
ball.
times however many spots you can create. And to hear that, it just blows. That's why he's giggling
Yeah.
like a little girl.
And then you could throw it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and then you could spit.
Wow.
You got all the, you
All
got
the
the feet,
others,
got the
right.
elbow, so you got a lot of stuff. And so the whole avenue and the whole approach is that you have to know the weapon, and also what are the advantages of different areas. Okay, and then also you got to figure the gap. The gap is that, okay, what I say is that if I'm in a position, and I see you could use the tip of the head, what's your next move? Is it, well, depends what the opponent,
Right.
where he or she is at. Yeah,
How they responded to that.
exactly. But also, is it inches? No, it's
Right.
millimeters.
Yeah.
Is it seconds? No,
Milliseconds.
Nanoseconds.
milliseconds.
Nanoseconds.
Yeah.
Why you gotta?
Hey,
There was a flow that was happening here. You gotta throw that crap into it.
dude,
What's wrong with
you're
you?
making fall in love with you, because I'm hearing things from you that Nain and I have discovered on our own, and it just. That's why, like I said, we had this grin on our face.
Yeah.
It was like, we must be doing something right to hear, somebody else
like
say the things that-
almost verbatim though.
Yeah.
Like, you're using the same language.
Well,
It's-
that's why I enjoy when I first met you guys. I hear this, what you're saying is that, oh man, yeah, we're on the same page here.
we know something.
Mind you, we were drinking at that point.
But yeah, it's a good journey, and then so much to learn.
Well, let me ask you this,
Uh-huh.
because I mean, I love the stories of Kakoi, and we're going to go back to that. But
Yeah.
I also have come to find out. I mean, you're pretty popular in the world.
Hmm.
I mean, as far as the martial world, right?
All by accident, by the way.
But why do you say that?
Yeah,
Because
why by
everybody
accident?
puts you in the highest praise. I mean, you're this.
I kind of walk the line. Is that I don't say that I know everything. So I want to see. I want to gravitate. I want to see what you're doing. Say, can I use that? Yeah, but I don't want to be in a position to say you're doing it all wrong.
Oh.
You got to
Yeah.
do it my way. Said no. I like to see
No,
what
that's-
you're doing.
yeah.
And then I would take that. I said I like that. I said now you just add a little twist, and then my mind would start working. I said I could do that.
Then how do I counter it? Then how do I counter that counter?
Yeah.
So
It's
if
never
you want to
ending.
use any of my ideas you saw today, feel free. Just give me a little credit, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal the little disc.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna steal it. Yeah. But so popularity. I don't care for that. It's just
Yeah,
like,
but your name is out there all the time, though. Anytime we talk to anybody, I mean, it's good and bad, but it's out there.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, I
that's-
appreciate that.
yeah.
How do you then? Because it's something that we've seen, doing these interviews, that it does get in the way in too many organizations where the ego gets, I'm grandmaster, senior, other. So how do you cultivate a mentality where you don't automatically go to you're doing it wrong?
The best way, the terminology I always use is that it's similar but different, but it's different but similar.
Right. Instead of saying, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It catches them off guard.
It's similar but different.
Yeah,
but it's different.
Yeah, so
It's similar.
Yeah,
Is the emphasis on different?
yeah. They try to scratch your head. Well,
Wait,